Hello everyone, it's Gladius. On July 6th, we got an update for Diablo IV. We got an update to exactly what we can expect to see in Season 1. First of all, the update is going to come out on July 20th, but the patch is going to be live on July 18th. With the July 18th patch, we're going to get some updates to the Eternal Realm, and then we're actually going to get the release of the seasonal servers. We'll get the release of the seasonal servers and the ability to make seasonal characters on the 20th. Now, the Eternal Realm is going to carry over with the updates that the seasonal realm is going to get, except for the seasonal specific mechanics. We'll talk about those more in just a second. But what you will get on the Eternal Realm is going to be some new aspects to work with, and also some new unique items to hunt for as well. So players that don't want to make seasonal characters don't have to, if they don't want to interact with the new seasonal content and take part in the seasonal specific stuff. Now, as for what the seasonal questline is, we're gonna have a story based around helping a specific priest from the Cathedral of Light take out malignant demons. So the whole theme of the season is going to be around this malignant affix that's going to apply to certain characters. Basically, the way this is going to work is that as we're traversing through dungeons and traversing through Diablo, we're going to be able to find these certain characters that are malignant. They're going to have kind of a green particle effect around them, and we'll know that they're the special kind of monster. On defeating these monsters, they're going to drop a certain heart that we can interact with to create an event. The enemy is then going to resurrect and empower all the enemies around it, and it's going to be an even more powerful version of the fight. At the point where we defeat this monster, it's going to drop a caged heart. Now, presumably, this is the item that we can then take back to the priest that is going to be a part of this new quest line for the new season, and we'll be able to get certain types of beast hearts, malignant hearts, that we can put into our jewelry. There's going to be 3 different types of slots or colors of slots that we can put these malignant hearts into, and we'll get a different effect depending on the slot we put it in. Very similar to the way that our gems work, depending on which armor piece or weapon we put it in, it gets a different effect. This one's going to give a different effect based on the color of the gem slot that we get. We're going to be finding these corrupted jewelry that we can put these hearts into. The color type that rolls on the jewelry is going to be tied to the jewelry itself. So for example, if we get a piece to drop that is destined to have a wrathful socket, if we add a socket to the jewelry, when we take it to the jeweler, it will always be wrathful. Okay, so there's not like an RNG re-rolling when it comes to getting these sockets, as we know so far. What they did mention about these hearts that we put in our jewelry is that they're going to have very powerful effects, and they describe them as game-breaking effects that are going to be build-defining and build-changing, and we're going to find more and more powerful ones as we go throughout the game. So this does seem to imply that we're going to be changing these as we go forward, and in the same way that we change our items from regular to sacred to ancestral, it seems that we're going to have a similar climb, an item level climb, when it comes to these hearts dropping as well. It's unclear if we can upgrade these in the same way that we're able to upgrade our items. I'll make a video about this as we get more details. Now, along with this new type of gem, a new type of socketable item, we're also going to be finding special dungeons that are dedicated to this mechanic. So we're going to find things called malignant tunnels. These malignant tunnels are going to be new areas that are going to spawn throughout Sanctuary where we can actually target farm our specific hearts that we're looking for. So this gives a little bit more of a deterministic approach to finding these pieces. Now, for those of us who have played Diablo 3 before, there's going to be a returning feature called the Season Journey. This is where we're going to be able to complete certain objectives to progress our character and get staged unlocks. Included in this is going to be the Codex of Power aspects as well. So this is going to be the way that we're able to unlock those new aspects and presumably maybe some of the other ones as well. Once we get our hands on this, I'll have more information on it. Speaking of progress, we're going to be able to keep some bits of our renown when we come into the new season. We'll be able to keep the discovered parts of our map, and we'll be able to keep the altars of Lilith, however much that you've progressed it so far on your character in the pre-season. So wherever your character is at those 2 particular objectives, you're going to be able to pick up where you left off if you're able to log on to that character on day 1. There's a couple concerns for hardcore characters there, because if your character dies before the season releases, you won't be able to log onto the characters. So I think it's implied that you won't be able to get your renown progress from the previous character onto the seasonal realm. And then finally, the Battle Pass. All the cosmetics earned on the Battle Pass will be usable by all classes. The 27 free tiers of the Battle Pass will include cosmetics and also something called Smoldering Ash. Smoldering Ash can be used to activate seasonal blessings. So this is going to be another mechanic that's a part of the season, and we'll have more information about that as well. There are paid versions of the Battle Pass, which include only additional cosmetics, so no worries about any pay-to-win features. Another big feature that is going to launch is a Scroll of Amnesia. Scroll of Amnesia is going to reset all skills, passives, and Paragon points for a character. So this is going to be a respec feature that you're able to find, but available to both hardcore and soft. Now, to close out things, there was a small minor patch that launched after the live stream. Uniques are now able to drop from helltide chests, which is really cool because this is going to change a little bit of the meta of how we approach helltides. At this point, we can start looking to target farm certain uniques that are going to benefit our character. A lot of people have been using the example of a unique helm that's really good for all druids. Well, at this point, you could be able to open up each helm chest for a roll and a chance to find a unique helm in each of the helm chests. However, if your goal is just to get a higher quantity of items rolled at the level of the current difficulty you're playing, for example, Sacred or Ancestral, then you probably still want to go for the mystery chests because the quantity is still higher. But if you're target farming, this gives you a better reason to look for those specific chests to use your aberrant cinders to target farm a specific item. Now, I wanted to come back here and add another footnote on this particular topic. So if you're watching this right after this patch came out, so right after July 6th, there have been some reports of players actually finding Shakos out of the helltide chests. Well, first of all, for those who don't know, Shako is like one of the uber rare uniques, like really, really hard to find. These are supposed to fall like 1 in 5 million drops or something, like a really, really, really rare item. And there were reports of several drops coming out of helltide chests, and players were finding these rather quickly, and to the point where the Diablo team came out and actually completely halted the possibility of these dropping out of the chests for a time. I guess they had a way higher drop rate than intended. If you're watching it right after the patch, then just know that there's no way you're going to get these uber rare uniques out of that. But this does tell us that it is intended to be in the loot pool for these chests. So it does give us a reason to go back to these chests and try to target farm these, presumably. We'll see what their design plan or what they say after the hot fix comes out to fix the drop rate. But it's worth looking at. I'll make a video on that if I hear anything else. And they did clarify one other thing, that Whispers of the Dead does not have a chance to drop unique items, and that seems to be remaining the same. Oh, I almost forgot. There's going to be a new pinnacle fight with a new boss that's going to be available with this season as well. So this will be the main goal, is to go and defeat this boss in the same way that we're dealing with Uber Lilith in this season, or preseason, I guess. Let me know in the comment section below, was there anything that was missing from this update that you really wanted to see in a brand new season? Did this meet your expectations or fall short of them? Let me know in the comment section below. And if this video helped you out today, please rogue strike that like button. And if you want to stay tuned for more Diablo IV content in the future, please bash the subscribe. I appreciate your time today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.